What's up YouTube, this is JP Panther back on the video, and today's video is actually another Birds of Prey DC video. And again, we're going to keep doing this until we can't do it no more. So I'm going to let you guys know. So again, we got the video and you see the title up there. Again, I will link the article in the description box down below so you guys can check it out. So the article is that, well, the video and article obviously. The article is from ScreenRant.com. Birds of Prey opening weekend was shockingly 54% male, despite generating a movie towards female audiences. The opening weekend for Birds of Prey was 54% men that showed up and 46% female. And the Rotten Tomatoes score and blah blah blah. And despite the dust has settled following the disappointing news, more stats are emerging about Birds of Prey weekend performance. Many expected women to come out in droves to see the female-fronted film, but according to Variety, the majority of ticket buyers were male. Post-tracking servers calculated the audience to be 54% men and 65% over the age of 25. While the general split is close to 50-50 split, it still indicates that women aren't as interested in Harley Quinn's latest adventure. The Birds of Prey audience being 54% men instead of women is curious, since the filmmakers and marketing clearly drove to reach female moviegoers. The film itself is a decently feminist tale that doesn't hit people over the head with it. It would be easy to write it off as a woman not being interested in comic book films, but this is definitely not the case. The success of Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman indicates a real appetite for female-driven superhero films like Birds of Prey. First of all, Harley Quinn is a super villain, so they're trying to make her an anti-hero or whatever it is. It could be that people aren't interested in the Birds of Prey, or that the critical disappointment of Suicide Squad scared them off. Regardless of what, it's still disappointing that Birds of Prey underperform. It's a delightful, fun, fresh, fun take with the characters, and it goes on and on and on. See, this is what I want to talk about. See, I was right. I was 100% right. You're trying to pander to these SJWs and feminists, and they're not showing up. And the sad part about it, even when I told you guys in the movie, when I saw a preview night, it was like 20 dudes, like, well, not 20 dudes, but like, it was like 20 people, and I'll say like maybe like 15 of them were men, including me, and like maybe like 4 or 5 women were in there, but it wasn't a lot of women in there. And that's the thing, right? You're trying to appeal to these feminists, they're not showing up, and the people that are showing up are men. And the problem is, men are the ones who supported the movie more than women. And it shows you that a lot of this crap is coming back and bite them in the ass, because you spent all this marketing, all this thing, all this female empowerment, all this women's rights, all this other stuff, but then the women didn't show up. And it shows you, man, it doesn't resonate with them. It shows you that, you know, you're trying to go after people who don't give a crap. And I was saying, like, there are women that do like comic book films, but like the general everyday bougie chick, she's gonna be like, man, F this comic book thing. Now, when it comes to Marvel, I told you, they will ride that Marvel cock to the day until they can't come home no more. Because women showed up for Avengers Endgame. I went in my theater when Endgame came out. Well, again, that was when everybody and their grandmother showed up, not just all women. But it was like 50% men and 50% women. Pretty much everybody and their grandmother showed up. They couldn't even really do this stats and analytics and all that stuff like that. So overall, like, Endgame was different. But Birds of Prey, is just shocking how you guys tried so hard to get this Me Too movement audience, and the ones that showed up are men. And the problem is I have with this is that you tried so hard, and the problem is right now the articles and media, they're still blaming men. They're like, it's all men's fault. It's the men. Even though men showed up more than women, it wasn't like Charlie's Angel where they they still demonize men, but like it's not the amount that they wanted. But the men that showed up, it just wasn't enough, or the numbers weren't what they expected. And now with Birds of Prey and all that, you know, it's just not doing well. Like I told you, like it's something that Warner Brothers and Margot Robbie did, and I don't think they can backtrack it. And people saying, oh, well, it's not a flop, it's not this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Listen, it made most of its budget. You guys understand how this thing works, right? everyone gets a cut. You feel me? So all the stuff you see in the box office, whatever, doesn't really reflect on the amount of profit they made. That's why Joker was a $55 million budget, made $1 billion, blah 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 blah. The problem is, remember, theater chains get their cut, overseas get their cut, blah blah blah. People, there's so much money in a pot that they have to. Everyone gets a piece of that chunk. You feel me? So really, like, I looked at the numbers, is that it really needs to make like 300 million to break even. And people saying it's going to break even because now they changed the title, stuff like that. Even if you change the title, people know what it is. It's a Harley Quinn movie, Birds of Prey. Even if you change it short, people just know what it is, and it's pointless. And I know that the Harley Quinn thing, I know they did it for Regal and AMC. I'm not sure about all the other ones around America, around the world. But overall, they changed it. And honestly, I don't think the name change is going to do that much, because this week, Sonic comes out, and I think you got Fantasy Island. It's like some horror thing, and then you got some other African American movie that came out. I think it's only like in a couple of screenings, whatever. But like, and then I think you have a couple other limited screenings in theaters and stuff like that. But overall, Sonic's gonna kill the competition, man. Sonic the Hedgehog is gonna knock out Birds of Prey. And remember, every weekend, the percentages drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. So we'll see. It probably if it does a 50% drop, it'll probably do like, let's say it does like, since it made 33, blah blah blah. Let's just say it makes like 16 or 17 million like the second week, and Sonic's gonna make like, let's say he makes like 40 million. That's still really, really good. And also it's Valentine's Day, it's President's Day, stuff like that. So Sonic's gonna kill it. And also it's a PG movie, so anybody can go see it. So in my personal opinion, I think Birds of Prey is gonna have a hard time doing it. I do think it could do it because it's a dead muff and it does have an opportunity to make money. But word of mouth already comes out. It's like, yo, this movie's trash, or it's average, or it's not this and that. And the people that are praising it, they like the movie, but they're not liking it enough where they're telling everyone and their grandmother and their friends and family to go spend their money to go see this in the theater. You feel me? So it shows you that they like it among themselves, like the movie critics and like the people who saw it and the audience, but they're not telling people to spend $20 of their hard-earned money at the movie theater and hurt their credibility and to go see this movie. Like, it just shows you. Because if it really was doing all this numbers, people will show up. And it shows that Margot Robbie and Warner Brothers, even Hollywood, they got to stop treating the movie audiences like they're dumbasses. And the box office shows with this movie. That's really it, guys. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys surprised that 54% men showed up and it's only 46% women? Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And do you think, even if they market comic book movies towards women, I think it depends what character you're dealing with or stuff like that. Because Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman made money and stuff like that, so there's no excuse. But I think with Margot Robbie, with Birds of Prey and all that, I think they really missed the ball with this one. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.